That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. We're gonna get into what the title is about a little later. But first of all, the earth twerking in New York. It's crazy. That's crazy. Forgive me for saying. Forgive me if I'm a little bit suspicious. You know we got things like Harp running around here, but we going. But I digress. I was driving home from Brooklyn, and I got a phone call from Taz. And she said something about the. She said, "You felt the earthquake?" I said, "Earthquake said what?" I'm thinking about the comedian. Earthquake said what? What earthquake said about Puffy? No, I'm that. That's too. I'm doing too much. Um, but I felt nothing. Like I was driving. I was on the highway, and I was blasting the alcohol. I got an alcoholics playlist that's fire. I know the majority of my fan base might be in New York, and y'all might not be. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might not all the way be up on the alcoholics, but if you go through their catalog, you want to hear something that you. If you of a certain age, you're gonna hear something that you liked back in the day. Like, oh, that was a little bump right there. But go through their catalog. What I be doing for my drives and whatnot, since I don't be listening to the radio like that, I create YouTube playlists, right? And I had an alcoholics playlist. Well, I got one of those, and I drive uninterrupted, no commercials or whatever. I just ride out. So they got a lot of their music got a lot of it's dope. Y'all should check it out. Young and old, word up. But like their music got a lot of chaos in it, a lot of ruckus in it. Like it's beautiful chaos, right? But it's a lot of I don't know, the bass. I didn't feel nothing. I just was the driving and the driving. You understand what I'm saying? And so when I got this phone call talking about an earthquake, I'm like what's unsaid about Puffy, right? But again, I digress, right? So yeah, I guess that's what that's the news for the day. Also, speaking of Puffy, that's better. That's better. Speaking of Puffy, salute, welcome home, G Dep. G Dep is a good brother. I met G Dep. I used to see G Dep around back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Like son was a good brother. You know what I mean? When he went down, you know, the people on my side of town, you know how we was. What he shouldn't have did that, right? You understand what I'm saying? But I understand, upon further review, it was eating away at his conscience and all of that, and it was affecting him in more ways than one. So some chose to handle it that way. Somebody asked me, somebody. I don't know if they was asking me or they was suggesting that he did that to get away from Puffy. But again, I digress. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about the vegan beef. The J. Cole response to the Kendrick shots, right? So yeah, shots been fired. We all know Kendrick fired shots at could you at the other two members of the big three, the current big three, should I say? Drake and J. Cole. Again, the reason I titled this, I'm titling this topic "Vegan Beef," is because this beef ain't real beef. Like even in the disses and the diss, like you know what I'm saying? Like him saying "fuck the big three." Sorry, YouTube. Him saying "f the big three." It's just big me. That's the that's the only thing that's blatantly disrespectful. And that ain't even disrespectful. I have said F my friends before too. According to the right, you know, depending on the paragraph and the topic you're talking about, you're like, man, I don't want to hear about none of that. I'm talking about this. You understand what I'm saying? But so yeah, Kendrick's, his disc to them got dudes going crazy and all of that, and everybody is talking about, yo, Drake got to answer, J. Cole got to answer, you got to answer, and you got to answer right now too. You cannot wait. Why is that? Why you can't wait? The rhyme take however long the rhyme take to write. We don't know. Look, there was no time clock on the initiator. Like there was no clock on Kendrick. We don't. Kendrick could have been working on that. He could have been sitting on bars for them for months, for years, and just was waiting for the right, waiting for the right situation. Waiting for the right beat. Or they could have gave him that beat a month ago. He was like, he just did, and decided he was going to smoke these dudes. Because understand, but just think about it. How long has the song First Person Shooter been out? He could have been working on his verse since then. If you write your bars correctly, it don't matter what beat you put them on, they're going to fit. If you follow the formula. Understand what I'm saying? So, all of that, he got to respond in 2 days. That's something I think that's something that non-rappers would say. As a professional rapper, I'm telling you that's now cycle. Right? So, with that being said, pardon the interruption. This is a moment I just want to take a moment to implore everyone when you're typing to me to get in the habit of spelling my name correctly. Because when you go to search it someplace else and you spell it wrong, you're gonna find every other rock. And I seen something scroll up past my eyes where I don't know what a dude spelled when he was trying to spell helter skelter. But come on, y'all gotta tighten up. Y'all gotta tighten up. Tighten up. Pause. Anyway, where was I? So the Kendrick diss, like I feel like that, I don't feel like that it was that slanderous. You understand what I'm saying? Except that one part. Like I've been in conversations. I got a younger brother, a young little cousin. He's actually General Steele's little cousin, and he rapped right. Long time ago, he played me some of his music. I don't know if it was a song or it was 2 songs, and I was like, "That's all right." He was like, and it's the little homie. He like, "What you mean, just all right? What you mean, just all right?" I'm like, I almost had to get up. Like, nigga, I said it's all right. If it was fire, I would have told you it was fire. He like, Ruck said blah, 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 blah. I said, man, F Ruck. Like, wow. I'm telling you what I'm telling you. See, Sean P. Ruck has this reputation for being brash, brutally honest, but people don't know him the way his closest friends know him. I know that he wasn't always brutally honest. You understand what I'm saying? Like Ruck used to crack. The biggest proof for that was me and Ruck. We've been friends since we was friends since I was a teenager, right? Ruck would crack jokes on everybody except me, and I had mad shit you could joke on, but I couldn't take a joke, and he knew that. You understand what I'm saying? So to spin it all back, he's like, yo, the little homie like Ruck said, I'm like, nigga, F Ruck. I'm telling you what I'm telling you, right? I had one of those moments. I bring that moment up to say when Kendrick says F the big three, nigga, it's just big me. That ain't even that bad of a diss. That's not that harsh. Nah, it's not. So I could probably understand why in J. Cole, I mean that kind of maybe it explains why um it was probably I lost my thought. That's probably the reason why J. Cole's his response, it's not that salacious either. I mean, it's not that foul. You know what I mean? None of these disses are real disrespectful. You understand what I'm saying? That's not what we getting right now. I feel like when I first heard the J. Cole joint, it was like it was extremely mid. I'm not even going to front, and I wasn't even going to speak about it because I didn't have nothing good to say about it. Not really. I mean, like he said some things about it, but the beat wasn't aggressive. The flow, like I'm not that flow ain't that attractive to me. That particular flow, right? But then I watched the ARP reaction to it, right? And I just want to know, just because I respect if y'all don't know who ARP is the owner of the second biggest battle rap league, right? I hate to say second, you understand, because don't nobody want to be second or whatever. But I mean, considering the landscape, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. Plus me, cool dude, right? So I watch. He should be a battle rapper actually. After the way I heard him smoke Easy the Block Captain in an argument on in the spaces. But anyway, I watched this video and I'm watching his reaction to it, and he's saying a lot of what I'm saying as far as the song. The beat it come on. It's mid. It's like it's a little bop. It ain't got no aggression to it. You know what I mean? It's a cool joint, right? So he's saying his little sayings and all that. But then the second beat comes on. Hold on a second. I didn't know there was a second beat. I only heard what I heard originally. Niggas be clipping and splicing stuff up and just throwing it everywhere. So I had only saw that. The second beat comes on, and son took it up a few flights. You understand what I'm saying? The beat was more aggressive. The flow got more aggressive, and yeah, I liked it. But again, he didn't go crazy on Kendrick. He didn't go crazy. He didn't go crazy. No, I mean, um, somebody told me to tell y'all that if y'all want Rockness Monster to respond or pay attention to your comments, leave a super chat. That's what somebody told me to tell y'all. Anyway, it was like it wasn't crazy. He didn't go crazy on him. It's still a lot of respect there. He talk about he wowed out on his catalog. Said his first album was a classic. The next, the last, whichever one was tragic. The other one, blah 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 blah. And, that is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. If I'm keeping it 100, I ain't listened to all the Kendrick. I haven't listened to a whole Kendrick album. You know what I mean? But I listen to. I don't be listening to it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's hard. I'm old. B. I'm old. I'm old. Let me rock. B. Don't judge me. You know what I'm saying? I gotta like what when I get into it takes it's a moment thing for me. Like I said earlier in this video, like I'm sitting here I got a playlist of alcoholic songs running from four alcoholics albums. I got songs on there and a couple of exhibit joints. You know what I mean? Like that's just I get into a mode and that's then I will really examine. One day I will really examine Kendrick's catalog. I mean, same for J. Cole. I don't know. I haven't listened to none of his whole albums. You know what I'm saying? I haven't. He's done fine despite that. Both of them. You know what I mean? But if I'm being honest, I like the way J. Cole raps better than the way I like Kendrick. Between his voice and cadence and you know what I'm saying? Like, granted, Kendrick is capable of. I believe Kendrick is probably capable of doing more, like with words, because he got all kind of wicked wizardry, and trickery that he could do, and that's without even the voice. I don't know. I like the voice alteration. Sometimes it's not for me. With Kendrick and all of that. But I will say that they. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had to choose between the two of them to say who's going to win this, I can't. I can't do that yet. I gotta see how they punching under. I gotta see how they punch under pressure. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you put your verse on a song, if you send me a verse, there's no way that I can't top it if I already have your verse as the bar I'm trying to make or beat. You understand what I'm saying? If I have the standard right there, there's zero chance that I can't beat that. You need to see them under pressure because listen, I say it's zero chance that I can't beat that. There's a caveat. There's zero chance that I can't beat that if I have all the time I want. You understand what I'm saying? If you give me enough time, I could craft something that's way better than anything that I hear because I already have that to balance, to as a springboard. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of even with me because as of right now, like I said, I feel like Kendrick could probably do more wickedry, but I like the way Cole raps. I mean, granted, he got a big ass bag of wickedry himself, wizardry, and so whatever. He got a, you know what I'm saying? He got a heavy arsenal as well. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? But we'll see. As it intensifies, I'll be around. When they start really saying some stuff, when they start really, then I'll probably go into bar breakdowns when there's some punchlines that I feel like went over y'all head or something. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta decode for y'all or something like that, or not. We'll see. Rock on, rock on. If you made it to the end of this video, put 4 music notes at the jump off. Like, comment, subscribe. You understand what I'm saying? Hit the bell for notifications. Do all of the things. Share, send a super chat. This has been Monster Nation. I'm your host, your president, the king around here, your tour guide, the landlord, the owner tenant, the janitor. I mops the damn floor. Salute to Jay Taz, the last American B-boy, Mike Hands, Zoda Plug, Jeff the Deaf. We out.